Is this active mold? I don't know.
I literally think I just broke my pinky toe. This is about the time where I start to lose hope.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
I am not God's strongest soldier.
Things you should know before moving to New York.
What's up, you guys? It's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we're doing the Q2 2024 reset, which means we are officially halfway into the year 2024. That's actually a good journal prompt. I think I'm gonna journal about that after I'm done filming this. What I maybe expected at the beginning of 2024 and now halfway in, like what's actually happening. I feel like that would be kind of fun to journal about. Anyway, welcome to my Q2 reset. I started doing these this year where I go through and do a financial review of the previous quarter, do some type of cleaning or decluttering, check in with my goals that I made at the beginning of the year, and do a reading roundup of the books that I finished in the previous quarter. We have a lot of new developments to discuss, but I'm doing a full deep clean of my apartment. I haven't actually done a deep clean in a while. I didn't even do like a deep spring clean, and I just honestly haven't felt motivated in a long time. Like that's the struggle that I've been dealing with for the past like over a year now. I've been talking about it for a while, just how I've felt like I've been in and out of a rut and just not feeling super inspired or motivated, not just creatively either. Like it's extended to a lot of areas of my life, and taking care of my space is one of those areas, which is not great because my space directly impacts my motivation and my mental health. So I haven't felt like taking care of it, and then my mental health has been worse, and then because my mental health has been worse, I didn't feel like taking care of it. So it's just like been a downward spiral. But I can say the last month or so, maybe two, I have been feeling so good. I don't know what happened. I feel like I turned 25 and my frontal lobe fully developed, and all of a sudden I have a new zest for life. I feel like I've really been prioritizing my happiness and listening to my heart and myself about what it is that I want to do, and it's been honestly so much better. So that's a great start to our little catch up. Let's get into today's video. I'm going to start with my financial reset. Let's look at my spending over the last month, see what we can improve on. Do I love looking at all of my spending under a magnifying glass and realizing kind of where I went wrong? No. But I think it's important to review these things, look at them under a microscope, and understand the trends of what I am doing now so that I can make better decisions in the future. So this isn't like me shitting on myself. We're all about learning here. We're all about improving and growing and getting better. So let's get into my Q2 financial review reset. If you watched my Q1 reset, you would know that I've been using Rocket Money since the beginning of the year to get on top of my expenses, create budgets, see a breakdown of what I'm spending every month, every quarter, see the different categories, and be able to have it all in front of me so that I can make better financial decisions. If you have a recent life change, or you're saving up for something, or you want to cancel on one of subscriptions, or you want to budget, or just get a better feel for your financial situation, today's sponsor Rocket Money is here to help. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you aren't familiar with Rocket Money, they are the personal finance app that helps you to lower bills, cancel subscriptions, and just overall manage your money better. I have mainly used Rocket Money to set budgets and cancel some unwanted subscriptions that I didn't even realize I was paying for. I talked about that in my Q1 reset video, but thanks to Rocket Money, I found out that I was paying like $3 or $4 for an Adweek membership per month since college. And I didn't even remember signing up for that, so got that canceled. You'll see in my little financial review reset portion coming up how I like to use Rocket Money to monitor my spending, see where I'm spending the most money, see where I can cut back, just have all my spending habits spelled out right in front of me. Makes it so much more digestible, and I'm a visual learner. There's like pie charts and things are color coded, and it's just really easy for me to understand when I look at it. If you also want to save more and spend less, you can join the over 5 million members already using Rocket Money today. You can go to rocketmoney.com/hannahelise or click the link in the description and get started for free, and you can unlock even more features with premium. I highly recommend Rocket Money. There's so many things that you can do even with the free version, so it does not hurt to sign up. I connect my accounts, it monitors every transaction that I have and categorizes them, and you can set specific categories for specific stores if you want to, so that they're categorized in a way that makes sense to you. It has just made me so much more aware of every single part of my spending habits, and that is so important. So anyway, that's rocketmoney.com/hannahelise to get started for free. You can click the link in my description. Thank you so much much to Rocket Money for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So let's review my spending habits this quarter compared to Q1. So here is my breakdown pie chart. I love this thing. I love seeing things in chart format, color coded. My biggest spending category this quarter has been shopping, and my second biggest, which is only slightly behind shopping, is accounting. This quarter I had to pay my taxes, and around that time my accounting expense is higher because during tax season, when my accounting team is preparing my returns and filing and all that, it costs more than just what I pay them month to month for bookkeeping. So I had to pay my accountants this quarter, which was a hefty fee, but it's one that I am willing to take on because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to go to jail for friggin' tax fraud. This quarter shopping is my biggest category. I just can't stop buying shit. My biggest purchase this quarter was probably my new camera, which I always justify buying electronics because that's very, very important to my work. I have new things that I'm trying to branch out into, and I bought a really nice new camera. I bought a Fujifilm. I talked about it in a past vlog. I'm hoping that it's an investment in my content, in my business, in my future endeavors, and it's worth it to me. The rest of that though, there was definitely some unnecessary shit that I bought, to be honest. Travel and vacation was down this quarter compared to last. I only traveled once this quarter. I went to Charleston for a week. Ubered 33 times this quarter versus 26 times in Q1. And I'm attributing that to the fact that it's warmer now, it's nicer out. I'm more inclined to go outside and do things more, and I always Uber at night, and especially when I'm by myself for my own safety. Dining and drinks is one that I'm so disappointed in myself for this quarter because I told myself that I wanted to cook more at home, and it feels like I have. Like, I've gone through periods of really consistent making all of my meals at home, going grocery shopping once a week, getting all my ingredients for dinners for that week, and then cooking dinners for myself. But then there's been also weeks where I haven't planned ahead, and then I'm scrambling every night for dinner and I'm ordering DoorDash. It feels like I've had a balance of both of those, but I always cook myself breakfast and lunch. That's not an issue. I also make my own coffee at home every single day. It's dinner that's the problem. So I need to be better about that, but I honestly think that I have been improving. And you know what? Maybe the numbers are showing it because dining and drinks is down 27% from Q1. So there has been improvement, but we can still improve more. Overall, I'm down 14%. We're gonna finish this quarter strong, continue making improvements, being more intentional. There's like give and take every different season, every time of life, and that's okay. All that matters is that I am more conscious of why I'm spending money on things, if I could get an alternative, if I really need this thing or if I just want it, how I'll actually use it and implement it into my daily life so I make sure it's not a waste, and just being intentional. This is why it's so good to have this in front of me. It helps me to see what categories are reasonably sized and that I don't really feel like I have much leeway with, and it helps me to see what categories I definitely could cut down in. I can go from there. I can make a plan. So overall, I'm pretty happy with Q2. Goals for the next quarter are gonna be order in less DoorDash, and cook more at home, and to do that, prepare better and more in advance for that. When shopping, really fully think through how I'm gonna integrate whatever it is that I want into my life, the frequency at which I'll use it. I think those are my two main things that I want to take into Q3. And that concludes my Q2 financial review. I'll get back to you in Q3 and see how we did. I've really been majorly leaning into this using my phone as a microphone thing. I can't be bothered to turn off my AC. And we're starting a heat wave for the next week. No chance in hell that I'm turning off my AC. Anywho, recently I have been obsessed with watching Clara Pierce's YouTube videos, and I have just been so much more motivated to clean because she cleans all the time and she's always so organized and her space is put together, and it just has inspired me. All that to say, I started watching her TikToks too, and she does this thing every week where it's called Beat the Sheets, and she tries to clean her whole house in the time that it takes to wash and dry her sheets. So I wanted to apply that concept to this right now for my little cleaning portion. Honestly, I've been doing pretty well with keeping up with cleaning, especially my kitchen and living room. And bathroom too. Nothing is drastic. The only thing that seriously needs some decluttering and help is my room. just because I have random shit. Like I have random cords that I don't know what they're to, but it's like, what if I need them? I don't want to throw them away. That's the biggest issue right now. It's just like I have things that I don't either know what they are to, or I don't know where to put them. But I like the idea of turning the whole cleaning process into a bit of a challenge and just seeing how quickly I can do things, because I have such a warped perspective of how long things take to do. I just assume everything is going to take me like 3 days. But if I kind of add a little gaming element to it and make it a race against the washer and dryer, then I will A, be able to do things faster because I'm actively trying to do things faster, and B, show myself that it actually will not take me 4 days to do what I want to do here. So I'm gonna strip my bed, put the sheets in the wash, and go room by room, starting with the kitchen and just kind of moving along down. So kitchen, bathroom, living room, bedroom. I want to spray things down, anything that needs to be like wiped down, put shit away. If there's anything specific in the room that needs to be cleaned with some special thing or whatever, I don't know, I'll do that. And then I don't think that I'm going to be able to do the vacuuming and mopping portion by the time the sheets are out of the dryer, because my vacuum is charging right now. But eventually I'm going to vacuum everything and mop these damn floors because they need it. I just know this is going to make me feel so good. Having a clean space always does. And honestly, I have felt so much better these last few days because I have been picking up after myself immediately more, and that's something that I'm usually really lazy with. I don't know why I'm admitting this on the internet, but it is what it is. I'm usually really lazy with that, and I'm like, oh, I'll just do it later. And then everything becomes, I'll do it later, and then the later in question, I have to do some shit like this. I think it's gonna take me 400 years, and it's actually not. Like I can just do stuff while I go. And lately I've been doing that and I feel really good. So some of the kitchen's already clean. Like I cleaned the oven, convection oven thing. I cleaned my dishwasher, cleaned the microwave, but there's always more that we can do. So we're gonna start there, or actually no, we're gonna start here, taking the sheets off, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I need to plug this. Oh, also, I replaced these prints for the first time in 3 years. I just want something different. Not washing the duvet today, I did that recently. This is a storage closet as well, so that all has to come out. We're gonna need this. Alright, time starts now. As I said, I already cleaned my microwave, cleaned the dishwasher, and I cleaned my convection oven. And I wiped the fridge too. I guess I could try to wipe the cabinets, but they're kind of weird. Like I don't try to, they're dusty as hell. You know what I really do need to do that I keep forgetting about is clean this filter. I literally just run it under water and get all the dust off. I don't know if that's like what I'm supposed to do. She's dusty. Significantly better. Much better. I feel like really the last thing I have to do in here before vacuuming and mopping is cleaning my espresso machine, but I want to make another coffee before I clean the machine, because what's the point of cleaning it if I'm just gonna make it dirty again by making another coffee? And obviously one coffee's not enough for me, especially when I'm cleaning. Me just making excuses. Also, all of this is here for a reason. Well, these things are. These things I use this as counter too. If it's short enough to fit under where this opens, it's fair game to be put on this counter. But I'm cooking with these tonight. Okay, here's how I clean my espresso machine. It actually has a little thing here that'll tell you when it needs to be cleaned. It hasn't popped up yet, but I'm cleaning it just, you know, for the sake of I'm cleaning everything else. So there's 3 parts. This is the first part. Kind of just take them each one at a time, rinse them, and then wash with like actual soap. Wow, so much better. That is amazing. Kitchen done. I heard the beeping of the washer being done, so I took my lunch break, and now I'm about to switch over and put the sheets in the dryer. I'm definitely not gonna beat the sheets. I'm deep cleaning, like there's no fathomable way. I also just don't work quick enough. I have OCD. Everything takes me so long, even though I probably did it fine the first time in the first 2 minutes, but then I have to spend another 8 minutes making sure it's perfect. So it's like a whole thing, whatever. But I'm switching over the sheets now. Sheets are in. Now I'm about to do my second load of laundry, which is gonna be towels. There's like not really a way to get a good angle of this because it's kind of just tucked away back there. Yep, this is gonna take 2 trips. My arms cannot hold everything. I also have my kitchen towels in here, and I'm cleaning the rug that's in the bathroom. I need to clean the filter of my dishwasher too. Okay. Towels are in the wash, sheets are in the dryer. Now we can finally move on to the bathroom. Actually, no, we can't. I still have to do the fucking filter thing in the dishwasher. This is about the time where I start to lose hope. So take a deep breath, put on a calming YouTube video or something. I just hate doing this because it's gross. And I know that it needs to be changed because there's water that has accumulated at the bottom of the dishwasher from last night's cycle. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it off camera. It's gross. I don't wanna. I'll be back. Okay, I just hopefully cleaned the dishwasher filter sufficiently, and now it's time to move into the bathroom. The bathroom really is not bad. It has seen far worse days, but there is one thing about the bathroom that I am not sure that I've ever showed because I hate it. It's been like this since I moved in. In fact, it was worse when I moved in. We've gotten it down, so like what I'm about to show you looks so much better than it did. I don't know what the kind of tile or whatever that they used in this bathroom. I have pictures of what it looked like before. I'm not gonna insert them because it's foul. It literally looks like 101 Dalmatians. This is what the floor of my shower looks like. Mold stains everywhere. I clean this shower with this mold and mildew killer and stain remover all the time. It helps, and then they just come back. But I do what I can to manage it. So I'm gonna show you what I do because it's about time that I clean the shower. I actually just cleaned the shower last night, but not like the deep clean that I'm about to do for like the mold stain and potentially mold, I don't even know, purposes. Like, is this active mold? I don't know. I've never known. I really don't know. But I did purchase this just for, I guess, like soap scum buildup, this daily shower spray. So I sprayed this yesterday after I got out of the shower. This is the stuff that I use in my shower. Got it on Amazon. You don't have to scrub it or wipe it or anything. I just spray this, I let it sit, and then I just take like a water bottle and squirt water on it and turn the shower on and try and, I don't know, dilute it, I guess, with water. I don't even, like, I could be doing this completely wrong, but this is just what I've been doing for the last almost 3 years. Not to be dramatic, but this is a very bad day. Why won't you work? Like, the water's gone. What's your problem, bro? How do I make it stop? There's no water in this. Where? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, it's my own fault. Literally my own fault. That's so embarrassing. Try this again. That's so embarrassing. It literally might be my fault. I forgot to put the fucking spinner thing back on it after. Oh no. Bitch, let's be serious. Okay. It's so dusty. Dude, this dust is like on my last nerve. Oh my fucking god, bro. I can't deal with this. I seriously, I'm overstimulated. This is so unserious. Those are peas. cannot be good for my health. Like at fucking all. Ew, I need to evacuate. Sheets are done. I'm not done, but the sheets are. All right, clothing time, and I'm hanging these so they can dry. Listen. Oh my god. I was trying really hard to push through. I was trying really, really hard, and now I have just hit my last straw. The straw that broke the camel's back. I'm looking at it right now. My air conditioning is leaking inside of my apartment again. Again, last summer I literally had to have a piece of aluminum foil that like guided the water because it was leaking inside. We tried everything. It's the correct tilt. I took out the drain plug in the back. The filter's clean. There was nothing I could do about it. I just had to collect the water in a bucket underneath, and I made a literal aluminum foil spout. This is my, I can't, I actually can't. Is this serious right now? Always right here, it's from this side. This literally exact same thing happened last summer. We have all this water. It's under there too. Coming over to this side. Love that. So that's really good considering I have to have this on this week because there's a fucking heat wave. I can't even believe, like, what is happening today? I fucking stabbed my finger with a butter knife earlier, hence this. I literally think I just broke my pinky toe, and now this is happening. I am not God's strongest soldier. I'm just not. I guess I'm gonna make my stupid fucking tinfoil thing again and set up my bucket because I don't know what else to do. I keep saying I'm gonna stop filming, but then I just had like a little bit of a MenTV, cried a little, and now I feel a little better. And I also know that what's going to make me feel better is being in a clean and peaceful space. So I'm just gonna do what I can. I'm like not, I put in another little laundry. I have one more after that, and then I'm just gonna take it whatever I wanna do at this point, because I just like can't even, so ridiculous. It's coming from only that side. It's just some New York apartment shit. I don't even know what else to say. And the fact that this is the second year in a row I'm creating this, I just cleaned my kitchen and it looks so good. And now we have this. Like, I feel like this should work, so. You can't even make this shit up. At least the ibuprofen I took is kicking in and my toe hurt stopped screwing for a sec. We have our first drops. It's not even on, it's just still dripping. Things you should know before moving to New York. This. Okay, that looks pretty solid, I think. Make sure my trajectory is right. Directly into the bucket would be ideal. Funny this happens after I cleaned the filter. Maybe I should bring my dehumidifier back in here too. I think I did that last year. To the living room. It's probably really loud, but we currently have some things over here on my drying rack. I'm about to wipe down this mirror, vacuum, wipe down my dresser. Stuff on the table I need to figure out what to do with. The next day, I just filmed the intro to this video, which is why I'm sitting in the exact same position. But yesterday, I did clean like a motherfucker. Most of my apartment hasn't felt this clean in a long time, and it feels amazing. Now what I need to do is maintain that, but I feel like I've got such a good foundation at this point that I really want to keep it clean and nice. I'm not even done either. Like, I still haven't even touched my bedroom, but I finished my laundry yesterday, I made dinner, and then I sat and I iced my foot again because I feel like I'm sounding dramatic, but I'm being completely serious. I think that I broke my pinky toe. I'm just resting it, icing it, elevating it, and I have it taped to the other toe. Like, this is just so fucking ridiculous. I'm just trying to improve my fucking life. I'm trying to be cleaner and tidier and improve my mental health, and this is what I get. I had such a bad luck day. It's almost funny how many things went wrong yesterday. My finger where I cut it, I like took the band-aid off. I changed it a bunch yesterday, so I'm letting it air out right now. It looks fine. My toe hurts less today. It still does hurt though, but I know how to take care of that and it'll be fine. I fixed my dishwasher. I just took the filter out, cleaned it really well, put it back in, ran it again. My air conditioning has not been fixed, but it has been remedied. And I found my dehumidifier and set that up. Whatever, everything ended up being fine, and I woke up this morning to a clean apartment, aside from my bedroom. But I did have clean sheets. That was really nice. I made my bed last night. I showered, I washed my hair. I was gonna do an everything shower and shave my legs too, but that wasn't in the cards. I didn't feel like being in the shower for 45 minutes, but we're taking a break from cleaning because I think I need one. We did so much yesterday, and I am quite proud of myself, even though my luck yesterday was dog shit. Today is looking up. Today is a better day. The sun is out, the vibes are better, and now I want to go over my goals for the beginning of the year. I did this in my Q1 reset as well. I put all of my goals and my vision board also for the year in my 2024 planner. For a refresher, here is my 2024 vision board. Let's see what we've got going on here. Ooh! Oh my gosh, guys, I have really good developments this quarter. This is amazing. You can't really see it, but this phone has 6 a.m. alarms. I have been waking up at 6 a.m. more frequently in the last week or two because it's summer, and in the summertime, the light that comes into my apartment is something that I truly live for. I feel like I photosynthesize when that sun hits my face. It's amazing. So I wake up early just to feel that, and it makes me feel so good and energized. So I've been doing that. This one, I put this on here not even knowing what the fuck it meant, not even knowing what it would be referring to. We've made some developments, but I don't like to talk about stuff until it's completely set in stone. Things aren't set in stone yet, so when they are, I'll let you know. Oh, Central Park picnic. I did that a couple weeks ago. More reading, obviously. Been doing that. I put this picture here of a treadmill, also not specifically having anything in mind for what I wanted that to refer to other than just fitness and stuff like that, but I've really been enjoying running, and I set a goal for myself to run or walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week for 4 weeks, and I was doing really well. I finished the first 2 weeks. I feel better already. Like, my running endurance is getting better. I'm able to run longer without being winded. And then my fucking toe yesterday happened, and I don't want to run on it because I feel like that's a bad idea when I'm trying to heal it. So I'm really pissed off actually, because that's throwing a wrench in my plans, and I was doing really well and I was actually really enjoying it. I was getting up early. I felt so good. You can't see it, but so I'm upset. All right, now for my 2024 goal. A lot of these goals aren't things that I can just check off and say that I did. There are a couple that are, but most of them are more ongoing things and just things that I wanted to improve on. But let's discuss. Number 1, therapy. I don't know what it is about this that I am so reluctant to do. I think it's because I don't feel like having to rehash my entire life story again, and then if it doesn't work out with the person I just rehashed my life story to, then I have to do it again and again and again, and I feel like that's just gonna drain me more than if I just try to figure shit out on my own. But I know that that's not how it works. Like, I know that I need to do that, and it's a means to an end. I have to go through that to find the right person, and I know that it will be beneficial in the long run. It's just the starting it. The first step is the hardest to take, and I still, bro, listen, I'm not here to shit on myself. I'm being real with you. I've been putting this off, and I still am, but I feel like I'm having a breakthrough. I feel like a breakthrough is coming because I have a lot going on. Change is happening. I don't know why this is so hard for me, but it is. I feel like I'm gonna hit a point where it's like, okay, That's it. And then I just decide, and then I just go on and I do it. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Number 2, find an exercise regimen that I actually enjoy. Just told you this. I was really enjoying what I was doing. I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried taking bar classes. I've tried taking mat Pilates classes. Right now I'm on my cardio grind, and I've really been enjoying running with a running playlist where I can match my pace to the beat of the songs, and I've been feeling really good and proud of myself, but that's on pause. Number 3, cook dinners that make me feel good. Again, this is something I feel like I've been making progress on. I've been going to the grocery store a lot and I said this in my last video too, but I feel like going to the grocery store and looking at all the options of things that I can make and ingredients that I can put into my meals makes me more excited to cook for myself and to plan meals. And it also just makes me feel good knowing that I have something planned for dinner that night. Like I don't have to scramble and try to just like throw something together with whatever's in the fridge or order takeout, which is what I usually do, which we already talked about in the spending portion of this. Number 4, take a pottery class. I did this, and I did it twice. I went to 2 pottery classes. I went the first time by myself. I showed that in my hobbies video, trying new hobbies in my 20s. Then I loved it so much that I just told all of my friends about it, and I went with my friend Lauren for a second time. So now we just need to go. We're gonna set up a time to go and paint our pieces together. I seriously love it. I wish it wasn't so expensive. It gets me in the zone. It gets me out of my own head, and I'm just focusing on the clay in front of me. And it's great. It really is. And it's so rewarding to make things yourself. Taking just a lump of clay and molding it into something is so cool. So I am so happy I did it. Yay. Number 5, go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. This is a new development in the last couple weeks that I've been doing, and I want to continue doing this because I feel so good when I do. I've been waking up between 6 and 8, and I feel like that's a lot better than I was doing. Anyway, I've been doing really well the last couple weeks, specifically since summer has started, really, since we've been having earlier sunrises and later sunsets. It's just made me feel so good. Winter is tough, bro. I think we all know that. I don't even need to tell you all that. Number 6, morning and night skincare. What's interesting is I made this goal because I was slacking on doing the morning part, and I would typically do the night part, and now it's the other way around. I typically do the morning part, and then if I don't wear makeup throughout the day, I don't do the night part. But I have introduced new skincare products. I know that I didn't talk about my facial cleanser in Q1 because I didn't have it at the time, but I got the antimicrobial facial spray. It's like the Tower 28 spray, but I just got mine on Amazon, and it's half the price and double the amount, and it does the same thing. Basically kills bacteria on your face. So I spray it on my face every single morning when I wake up. It's so refreshing. It's a great way to wake up. Wait 30 minutes, let it dry. Then I'll do my little like morning serum, and I'll do my moisturizer, or I'll just do makeup on top. So I've been doing that every single morning, and it feels great. If I do makeup during the day, then of course, then at night, I do my nighttime skincare also. But I haven't really been doing makeup during the day much. But I will say, if I haven't worn makeup throughout the day, I'll just use the spray again and spray my face and then do my night serum. I think the problem is I hate doing my full on like face wash because the water just gets everywhere and it's annoying. I don't know, my skin has been looking pretty good, to be honest. We had a little bit of a breakout situation in the last couple weeks, but even that is resolving itself. These were way worse. But other than that, like, my skin texture has been a lot better. I stopped using my tretinoin and clindamycin from the dermatologist. Like, I just stopped using it. And I switched all of my products to completely non-comedogenic, no pore clogging ingredients. I looked at the ingredients of every single product I put on my face, skincare and makeup, switched everything. And I think that it has made a huge difference, not only in my skin texture, but I feel like my skin looks brighter, it's clearer. So slay. Number 7, journal more. I have been doing this. Again, this is more of a recent development. I think all of these are more recent developments because of the fact that I have been feeling a lot better mentally more recently, and it's made me want to take care of myself more, which is interesting because typically the only times that I would journal were when I needed to just rant if I was in a bad headspace. And I still do that, and it does feel good to get all of my thoughts out of my head and onto paper. But I've found myself more recently just kind of journaling updates of my life and good things that I'm wanting to remember how I felt in the moment. I literally am going to journal right after this because I want to do that prompt that I said at the beginning about how it's halfway through the year now, expectations the beginning of the year versus like what's actually happening now and developments. I need to update the journal because I've had a little bit of a storyline going on in there that I just want to have to look back on. Number 8, keep reading, obviously been doing that. I have a whole stack of books that I'm looking at right now that I'm about to talk about in my reading roundup. I set a goal in relation to this for 2024 for how many books I wanted to read this year. I set it at 24 books for 2024. I am proud to let y'all know I have read 18 books and it is only the end of Q2. We're halfway through the year and I've read 18 books of 24. I'm 7 books ahead of schedule. Period. And then finally, actually sell my clothes when I clean them out. Another thing that I haven't done. But, okay, heavy but. I will be doing that because the other day I took a bag, probably like a freaking 25-pound bag of clothes that I had cleaned out to Buffalo Exchange, and I made like $40 and they only took like 3 things. I think I'm gonna try Poshmark this time. Look out for that. I'll post it on my Instagram story too when I have my stuff all listed. And that's all. I feel like we're doing pretty well, to be honest, on my goals. And I really like that I've been doing these little periodic check-ins to A, remind myself of what I set my goals for, and also remind myself why I did that, what my intentions were with setting these goals, and what I wanted for myself at the beginning of the year. Really positive update this quarter. Love that for me. Alrighty friends, we've reached the 4th and final section of this video, which is the reading recap. I'm pretty sure these are all of the physical books that I read. I have some on my Kindle and I even have a couple audiobooks to talk to you about, but I've already rough edited this video up to this point, so I know that it is extremely long. So I won't keep you here much longer if you are even still watching right now. Let's get into it. Let's talk about books. No spoilers. Pulling up my Goodreads so I can tell you in order what we read. And by we, I mean I. We finished off Q1 with my tandem read of Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms from the Throne of Glass series. So the first book that I read and finished in Q2 was Kingdom of Ash. This book was around 1,000 pages, 980 pages. This was the final book in the Throne of Glass series. This was a fucking journey, but it was amazing. Truly, this was the best ending to a series, especially this series, which has now honestly become my favorite book series I've ever read. It was just an amazing, amazing ending. If you are considering reading Throne of Glass, I think about it every day. I think about this world and these characters every single day. They changed my life. Truly, this series changed the trajectory of my life. I wish that I could go back and read this again for the first time, the whole series. This book was 5 stars. Easily. Then the second book that I finished, I think that I started this in Q1, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This is a nonfiction book. Talks all about relationships, friendships, love, and just her journey through life. Her stories, her experiences, lessons. I rated this book 4 stars. I think that I liked the second half of it better than the first half. I bookmarked a couple of chapters. I really liked the chapter called My Therapist Says. I think I really just related to this. I thought I had a fear of falling, but really I just didn't know who I was. People pleasing. This chapter was really, really great. And then another chapter, what was this one? Because I am enough, my heart is enough. I am the warm-up act, the main event, and the backing singers. And if this is it, this is all there is, just me and the trees and the sky and the seas, I know now that that's enough. I am whole and I am complete. I will never run out and I am more than enough. It was really sweet. There was a lot of good perspective in this book. I loved the way that she wrote about her life and just the way that this book was structured. I thought that I jumped right into this after Kingdom of Ash, but I guess I didn't. The next book that I read was Crescent City, the first one, House of Earth and Blood. This is in the same multiverse as the Throne of Glass series and also the ACOTAR series. This is the 3rd series of 3 in that multiverse. Even though all of these series are in the same multiverse, their worlds are still slightly different. There are some themes that are similar, some like types of creatures and characters that are similar, but with each series there's a learning curve. There was a learning curve with Throne of Glass. I was introduced to so many new concepts and characters. ACOTAR was the same way, even though that was the first series that I read in this multiverse. It took me like 30 or 40% of the first book to really grasp like what the hell they were talking about, because there was just so many random names of types of characters and creatures and animals and all this. This book, I swear to God, I needed a dictionary for this book. I was like, oh my God, there was just so many new things introduced to me so quickly. There are so many types of creatures in this world. There's just so much, so many intricate details. It took a lot of brain power. I ended up rating this 5 stars. I think that I did that because the second half of the book I really, really, really loved. Once I figured out this is a theme for me, once I figure out what's going on, then I just get so immersed. I have the second book waiting to be read. It's on my shelf. I'm just a little bit intimidated by it because I As you can tell, these books are ginormous. I just love that multiverse so much. The next book that I read was actually the first book that we read for my book club that I joined, and it was In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. So this is a contemporary romance. It's a military romance, second chance romance. I rated this 5 stars at the time, and then I went back and rated it 4. I feel like I would give it like a 4.25 or a 4.5. I loved the characters. The story was crazy. Like, there was just so much going on, so I was very interested. It was action-packed, but there was also obviously love. There was kind of like a thing that happened that you had to wait to like figure out. I'd never read a military romance before. I didn't know if that's something that I would like, but what is that sound? But I ended up really loving the premise of this book, and it was really interesting. Oh my gosh, this is one of the new summer romance releases. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This was 5 stars to me. The storyline was so improbable. Like, this would never happen, but who gives a fuck? The premise was so convoluted, but it was so good. I loved it. I loved it. This was my favorite Emily Henry book that I've read so far. I've also read People We Meet on Vacation and Happy Place, and this is definitely my favorite. I love the way that she writes. This was funny. It was sweet. It pissed me off at times. It was just a really fun read. Next, I finished When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I say finished because I started this book forever ago. I truly got bored, probably about maybe a little over halfway. I have the physical copy of this. I probably should have pulled it out, but I finished it via audiobook on Spotify, because Spotify Premium, you can get free audiobooks. I just got bored. I don't know if I was like that interested in the trope. It was, one of them is famous, Grumpy Sunshine. Typically I like a Grumpy Sunshine, trying to like get somebody out of their shell, but it just like really wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad. Like, if this type of thing is your cup of tea, then it's really cute. It's a sweet read. I don't know, I feel like it just didn't have enough going on. I rated that 3 stars. Next, another of the new summer romance releases. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Carly Fortune wrote one of my favorite books of all time, Every Summer After. I didn't read her second book because I heard very mixed reviews on it and they made me nervous, but I liked the premise of this one. Read this so quickly. This is best friend's brother, second chance romance, and also one of those that like something happened in the past that they kind of hint at throughout the book, and then you end up figuring out what it was. I rated this 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I feel like there were some parts that were repetitive and then some parts that were really rushed, but I liked the story. I thought it was fun. I liked the setting a lot, and it's just a really fun summer romance read. Next, I listened to The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Honestly, I wish I would have read this because I feel like the voice actors, their intonation and their inflection when they were speaking, hello? Kind of gave away some of the, I don't know, like I feel like I could tell when a character was being fake or like hiding something because of the way that the voice actors were speaking. So I feel like it was kind of predictable because of that, and I really wish that I would have read this one, and I liked it a lot. It was very interesting to follow. It was twisted. I was like screaming at the characters like, I know something you don't, or whatever, but I do feel like it was predictable because of the voice actor. So that's kind of disappointing. I gave it a 4 star. I give a lot of books 4 stars. I feel like the lowest I'll rate a book is 3 stars because anything lower than that, I probably didn't finish the book. That was that. Next book I read was Big Magic by Liz Gilbert. This is another nonfiction. It's about creative living. This book I think I read at just the right time in my life. Again, this had a lot of really good perspective. She talked about her creative journey, different anecdotes from her career as a writer, and how you can kind of take what she learned from her scenario and apply it to your own, and just really good insight and inspiration about living a creative life. Not just pursuing a creative career, which I am doing that, but even if you aren't, and you just want to live a creative life in the way that you make decisions, following your heart, following your curiosity, I think this is a really, really great book. It made me feel really good, and it made me feel inspired and excited about my creativity. So I think that this came at a really good time. I think I gave this a 4 star also. And then the last book that I read in Q2 was the second book club book. This is June's book. I read this in 2 days. I read 80% of it in one night. I stayed up to like 2:30 in the morning. And it's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I read that one on my Kindle. How do I explain this? A girl moves to a small town. She meets this guy who's reclusive, mysterious. She's working through her own trauma. We find out he's working through his own trauma. It's kind of Grumpy Sunshine in the way that the one character's trying to bring the other character out of their shell, and they're very misunderstood. Communication is a huge theme, like probably the biggest theme in this book. I really loved the development of one of these characters and the growth and their storyline was really, really beautiful to see. There was a lot of grief, a lot of trauma in this book that these characters were working through, and it's a romance. Did I say that? I didn't know what this book was about at all before reading it. I didn't even read the synopsis. I just bought it on my Kindle and started reading. There's a lot to this book, and it's not just your run-of-the-mill romance. I think that the message in this was really beautiful. I feel like that's all I can say. Oh, that book I rated, I think 4 stars. Just like with This Summer Will Be Different, I feel like some parts of this book were repetitive, and then some parts were super, super rushed. Like the parts that could have been drawn out more and like more explained weren't, and the parts that were simple and I get it the first time were kind of like reiterated a lot. But don't let that deter you from reading this book, because I still think that the message was really awesome. Those are all the books that I read in Q2. Don't know what I want to read next. Comment down below if you all have any recommendations of fiction books that I should read next that you think that I would like based on what I've just talked about. Please leave them down below. I would love your recommendations. 10 books in Q2. I'm so proud of myself. That's great. And with that, that is going to finally wrap up today's video. Oh my goodness, this is so long. I need to try and cut as much as I can so that y'all aren't sitting here for like 3 hours. If you have made it to this point in the video, you are so real. Please comment down below I'm a real one, because I need to know who the real ones are that have stuck around through this marathon of a video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I post a new video every Sunday. And if you forget that I post a new video every Sunday, or you just want to get notified when I post a new video, make sure to turn on my post notifications for my channel. It's the little bell icon so that you never miss an upload and you get notified right when I post a new video. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.